welcome back to another week of Cook Along with Young Shrewsbury. I'm Adam Pennell, the youth worker, and each week we're bringing you a delicious new dish to try. Today we're going Mexican and we're going to make some chicken quesadillas with some mango salsa. So you're probably all familiar with fajitas, so kind of similar fajitas except we're going to kind of wedge everything that's in a fajita to between two wraps, and we're going to fry them until they're crispy either side, and then carve it up like a pizza, load a bit of salsa onto it, get it down the hatch. Amazing. You're going to blow your families away with this. Right, so first things first, what we need to make is the salsa, okay? So we're going to get that out of the way. So first thing, you know what? We're going to do it the other way around. We're not going to make the salsa first. We can do that while the chicken's cooking. Just change the plan. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to chop up a couple of onions. So, the usual way. So, we're going to go down the middle, like that. Okay, you're going to take the skin off. So, either side, so take either end away. And because in fajitas, you kind of want, this is always like a running theme, but you kind of want to have nice big chunks of onion and pepper because you want to know it's there, all right? So, this is going to be real, like easy chopping. You're not going to chop it fine at all. So just get the skin off them, like this, in half, okay? And we're just going to cut each half into maybe 4 segments. So if you go half like that, and then quarter it, and then the other side, quarter it, that's plenty, all right? And same again, so half and quarter. And then repeat, so if you've got 2 onions, or if you've got one big one, you can cut it into 8 segments. Yeah, so you don't need masses of this, it's just sort of give a little bit of flavour. So I'm going to take the top and bottom off, like so. There we go. Have I got another knife here? No, I haven't. I can grab one. No problem. Right, talking to myself, sign of sanity. It's Friday afternoon. Had a crazy day today. I've seen some of you walking around Shrewsbury this afternoon. So, I won't say who, but you know who you are. Hope you're all back and enjoying this now. So, quarter the onions, good, and then that's that last one, there, easy does it. Alright, so onions done, pepper, our usual trick, so take your pepper, thumbs in the top, pop, rip, yeah, and then inside you'll find you can just rip out the middle, and then all you need to do, again, we're going to need this sort of similar size to the onion, so I cut it into sort of loose strips like that, and then maybe halve it. So if you quarter your pepper, so we've got another quarter and then 2 more there, into strips, 1, 2, and halve it. 1, 2, halve it. 1, 2, and halve it. Okay, peppers and onions done. Right, we're going to get the heat on. So you want a medium heat, medium to high heat. This thing is crazy hot. First thing of the week I've forgotten, guys, my oil. I'll be back 1 second. So you need some vegetable oil, rapeseed oil, anything like that is fine. About a tablespoon into your pan. Get it hot. Okay, and peppers and onions can go in. Like so. Okay. And as always, we want this to reduce down, so at this point give them a pinch of salt. That's going to help draw the moisture out, make them more intense in flavour and essentially more tasty. Okay, so they're going to tick away. Whilst they're ticking away, I'm going to get a couple of things I've forgotten, but I'm going to run off and get them as we go. You're used to that now, it happens every week. Never remember to have everything here. So just move your peppers and onions around the pan. You want these to really sort of char off, so get them, you know, cooking, sweating down. And once you do that, on a separate board, and I must stress how important this is to use a separate board, you must use like a red one ideally, so we know that it's with meat. You got your chicken breasts, okay, so with the chicken breast, just going to take that and we're just going to slice it very thinly. This means it's going to cook really quickly, so into little like nuggets almost, yeah, so it's only like 1/2 centimetre thick, right the way across, all the way down the breast. Okay, like so. All the way down. Okay. Like that, like this. And then as soon as you've done this, it's really important you go and wash your hands. Because chicken is one of the worst things for food poisoning, okay? So you go and touch something rare, like you go and make your salsa next, after having touched this chicken and not washed your hands properly, you're going to give yourself food poisoning, okay? I'm just going to give this, keep your peppers and onions moving, they're charring up nicely, that's what we want. Okay, so keep going down this chicken. I've got a lot more chicken than anything else because let's face it, everyone wants more chicken than anything else. So that's fine, that's done. I'm going to slide those in the pan very quickly, so I wash my hands and get rid of this board. I've also washed my knife, ready for the next step. Right, let's first of all, let's get the chicken moving around in the pan, like so. Okay, so we're going to try and brown off all of that chicken. It needs a little bit of oil, it's getting quite smoky in here, as usual. A bit more oil, if it needs it, that's going to help it. It's fine. Okay, help it not to smoke. The pan looks dry, it needs a bit of oil. Okay, so we're going to keep working that round. So all that's in there at the moment is salt, so we're going to season that in a moment, but let it start to fry off a little bit first. Okay. Cool, right. Scrape it off the pan. Quite loose today. Keep moving it about. Okay, we're waiting for some of the juices to start coming out of the chicken, and it'll ease up. Maybe reduce the heat a little bit. That's fine. Okay, so that heat's been reduced. It's just ticking away nicely now. Cool, right, whilst that's going, we're going to make the salsa. So, mango. Okay, so what you do with the mango, you'll see it's wider that way than it is that way, which means the wide side is the way you're going to cut down to hit the stone. Alright, so if you kind of cut across the thin way like that, then you're going to hit the stone the wrong way, because the stone is kind of like an oval, like a disc. Okay, so we're going to go down the side of the mango, like that. Okay, so you've got your first disc like that. Then, with the point of a knife, now don't put your hands behind it, but basically what we're going to do, I'm going to put my hand behind it because I know, but you do it on the board. I'm going to show you so you can see. So I'm going to score down, all the way down, and try and get it so the tip of the knife is just touching the skin but not going through. Don't do it in your hands like I am though, do it on the board, okay, because otherwise you might cut yourself. Okay, and then I'm only doing this to show you, and then go across all the way. Now, my kids call this a mango hedgehog, and the reason for that is once you've gone all the way across and all the way down, put your thumb inside like that, pop it out, and you have what looks like, sort of, a hedgehog, yeah? Right, and that makes that really easy to then slice off those bits of mango, like so. Okay, slice them off, and then do the same on the other side. So just to show you again, I'm going to go down the side of the stone, like that. I'm going to do it on the board this time, so we're going to score all the way down. Don't go through the skin, because otherwise it won't work. Okay, score all the way down, like so, and then all the way across, like this. Alright, then fold it out, and there we are, already cut into little cubes for you. So all you have to do is cut them out. Broke that one in half, but that doesn't matter. So if that happens to you, just get underneath it, slice out those cubes. I mean, you could want to peel the mango and do it that way, you can. This is just a nice quick way that I like to do it. Alright, so take the flesh out, and the last bit there, get rid of the rubbish. Okay, and then you'll have some rough cheese, so then just do the seesaw over the top. So you want these pieces to be quite small. This is a salsa, and salsas are always made of fine, quite fine ingredients. So you don't want massive chunks, so if you cut it really big, just chop them down. Okay, then put those ingredients into a bowl, like so, boom. So that's just sweet. Now, with the salsa, I always try and go for hot, for sweet, for sour, and for salt, and that will give you an awesome kind of combination. It's going to go pop in your mouth. Alright? Chili for the heat. Okay, so I'm going to slice up some chili, depending on how hot you like it, more or less chili. Okay? I'm going to go for half of a red chilli. So again, chop that up with your seesaw method, nice and small, in. Okay. Then we're going to go for the coriander. Okay. This gives a nice savoury kind of flavour. I'm going to rip that up with my hands and I'm going to chop it across into rough bits. Okay, that's going to go into your salsa. Alright, then we've got a couple of spring onions. Okay, so make sure you cut off the roots, that end, and then finely chop those into mouth-sized pieces. Whoops, going everywhere. And you can cut right down the green, so you've got the white bit and the green bit. It's all edible. It's all the way down. A lot of people chop it, like throw away the top half, but it's all good. Okay, bit of onion. Okay, that can go into your salsa. Okay, and then we're going to go for a pinch of salt for your salt, and then for the sour, lime. Juice of a whole lime. Okay, mix that through, and you've got yourself a mango salsa. Real nice, fresh, delicious salsa. It's going to go on the top of this, which I'll demonstrate to you when it's done. Right, this is fried away nicely. So this is browned off quite well now. So what we're going to do, just before it comes off, make sure your chicken, if you're not sure if your chicken's cooked, slice a piece open on the board and just see that it's not pink inside. If it's white all the way through, it's cooked, okay? You don't want to overcook it, but you definitely don't want to undercook it either. So as soon as it is cooked, stop frying it. Right, so that's frying off nicely now. So I'm just going to add in the ingredients. So we've got a little bit of black pepper. So I'm going to go for half a teaspoon of that. It's quite hot. Okay. Then we're going to go in for half a teaspoon of coriander. You can go for a teaspoon if you like. I'm going to go for a teaspoon. Teaspoon of coriander. Got some cayenne pepper. Now cayenne pepper is really spicy. So maybe just a little bit of that. Depends how hot you like your food. Okay. Some smoked paprika. You can have a teaspoon of that. That isn't hot, so that's fine. It gives loads of flavour though. Okay, and then finally a little bit of tomato puree, maybe like a tablespoon of tomato puree, and then just work all of that together to make sure that those flavours hit everything in the pan. Okay, and as soon as you're happy that it's all coated and the chicken's cooked through, then that can cut off the heat. Right, and what we're going to do is just make sure it's all scraped off. That is going to go straight into a bowl. Okay, so have a bowl ready. Okay, so put your fajita mix to one side. Alright, so that's going to go there. I'm turn my thing off because it does my head in. It keeps beeping at me. Alright, now you need to either clean your pan out, like wash it out. I would recommend washing it out, or if you've got a non-stick pan, you can just use some towel just to wipe out any nasties that are in there. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe out that pan. I probably should wash it out, but I want to stay here talking to you guys rather than running off again. Alright, cleaned out. So, you know what? I'm going to clean my pan because it looks like it's burnt on. I'll be back. Okay, change of angle. So I've cleaned my pan, okay, so you can see what's going on. I'm going to start by, I'm going to work quite quickly here, right? So I'm going to start by putting some oil, about a tablespoon of oil, into the saucepan. Now this is where we really need to work quickly, okay? So first things first, I'm going to take in a tortilla wrap, okay? And we're going to drop that straight into the pan. So it's going to start frying, alright? Then, by the way, I've already done this once and I forgot to press play, so if you're wondering where half my food went, I've already done it and you've missed it, so I have to do it again. So this is the chicken going onto the quesadilla. I'll turn that down because it's too hot already. This thing is a nightmare. Don't use an induction hob for this if you can help it. Okay, so chicken in the pan, okay? Then we're going to go in with a load of cheese, okay? So we're going to grate the cheese all over that chicken mix that you've made. If there's any lumps like I've got there, they'll be fine as well. Okay. And then we'll turn that back up. Can't really seem to get the right heat. It's either too hot or not hot enough. Okay, so once you put the cheese on, it's just a case of putting another tortilla on the top. Okay, going to work it all together, squash it all together, and then if you get your spatula underneath it, just check it's not sticking to the pan. Have a little look under the bottom tortilla, and that's already nearly cooked. So we're going to flip it over. So 1, 2, 3, flip, and we fried the one side, and everything else is inside. So all we need to do now is wait for that cheese to melt. It only takes about a minute on each side, real quick, but it completely transforms the tortilla into something that's crispy and absolutely delicious. So you're going to love this. So just again, make sure you can get underneath it. It's not going to fall apart, so it's not going to stick to the pan. Right in there. Yep, that's lifting up nicely. And that is it. I'm going to lift the whole thing out. I've left a little bit of chicken behind, but that's okay, we'll get that back. Oh, a lot of chicken came out. Okay, that's not a problem. That might happen to you too. It's quite a skill in it out. Get someone to help you. 2 spatulas is even better, but just reload your quesadilla with anything that falls out. Okay, I'm going to move this to one side so you can see. And then you have this really awesome looking Mexican dish, which is different to fajitas, but very, very similar. Okay, now, where's my knife gone? There it is. I tend to treat this like a pizza, so slice it into, say, 6 across. So go like this, and we'll go across there. Like so. Okay, I'm going to just bring this up now and show you. So you're going to take a slice of quesadilla off the board. You see it's all stuffed inside there, tasty. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of your mango salsa on the top. And that's how you eat it. It's almost like a Mexican pizza, so... Oh. Mate. These are so good. Get them made, impress your mum, impress whoever you live with, okay? Come back next week. Let us know what you think as well. So drop us a comment in the bottom, like and share, tell your mates, and if there's anything that you'd like to cook next week, or as always, drop us a request and we'll try and make it happen. Okay? Thanks very much guys, see you soon.